Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. Nobody does it better because nobody's done it before. We're having a great time hanging out in 1982, playing all the games that came out sometime in August, and we were last playing Snapper on the BBC Micro, an excellent version of the classic Pac-Man you could play on a home computer. Let's see what the next game is. Time to go to the Atari home computer and play soccer. Just soccer. Not to be confused with all the other games that are called soccer. This one is a very rare one. This is by Gamma Software that has no artwork, just a few screenshots that I could pin down. But we have seen Gamma Software before. So let's just pop in and play some soccer. By Gamma Software, it's sometime in August 1982. Soccer's been around so long. We've already been past all the soccer games that are basically Pong or ball and paddle games, and we've seen plenty of soccer games for home consoles, but soccer games on the home computer are kind of few and far between. The best soccer game at this point in all video gamedom, I would still say, is Atari Soccer in the arcade. All right, we're ready to play some. How do we do this? Okay, so we can use the Option key on our Atari home computer, and we can do, we got game option, holy moly, 4 players. That's right, you can have 4 players. We haven't seen those in a while on the Atari home computer. It has the ability to play, and look at this, option 6, 7, 8, 9. So they're just giving you how many players and how long you want it to be. So I'm gonna have to plug in a second joystick then, an Atari VCS joystick to play. All right, let's go. This one's just straight soccer. Oh, nice touch. So the last time we saw Gamma Software, they did hockey for the Atari home computer, 4-player hockey. And here it is. Starting off with 2 different teams. I have control of the left side. I'm using player 1. Let's see, can we pass? Nice. Oh, it went straight it went straight to the goal. It just passed by all the other teams. If it hits their foot, it catches, but if it doesn't, it just goes right by them. So I'm in control of 1, and I'm almost, the other players seem to be moving on their own. There we go, nice. So you can see the other 2 players. I'm on the far left side. I'm controlling both the goalie and the far left player. And if I use the other joystick, there we go, player 2 is controlling one of the players and the goalie. But if you have 4 people that want to play all at the same time, you can have 4-player soccer here on your Atari. So it only has one button to pass or hit the ball. So if you want to kick it straight in, you're basically going to have to aim where you want it to. Yeah, you can aim 8 different directions. Can I steal? Nice, I can steal and then go for the goal. It's not much of a challenge because I'm the only person here. You do have to have 2 people to play at least. So there's no computer to be there helping you out. But you got to admit, 4-player soccer, being able to move around like this is amazing. Yes, it's not by Atari too. And it's a game that's kind of lost. At least there's not a lot of information you can find on it. If you kick it in the middle of nowhere, it just goes there until someone picks it up, right? Nice. And the goalie picks it up. Have the other team kick it out there. Nice. And then it goes, the goalie can go straight across if no one's guarding. Wow. And it has some effects that are happening in the background. The crowd sounds almost like we heard on Bally Astrocade. But soccer games, we played soccer games on the Odyssey 2. We played it on the Atari VCS with Championship Soccer or Pele Soccer, and then Intellivision had the NASL, the official soccer. On Intellivision, the TI-99 is the only other computer game I can think of that has soccer, and that's indoor soccer that you can play. But other than that, everything else is home consoles, like the Enterton VC4000 has a soccer version. We've played a game called Kickback on the Atari home computer in April of 1982, but Kickback wasn't straight soccer. It was more soccer/Pong. It was kind of a mixture of the two. This one is legit soccer that you can play with 4 different people. The hockey game we played by Gamma Software was in 1981, and it looked and played kind of like this. It was just very well done, very simple, but gets the job done so all 4 people can play or jump in to play soccer. And I like how you can control both one player and the goalie, but if you play 4 people, then the other people take over the other team members of that are on the field. So you don't have the artificial intelligence running around. But you can't play this alone. So this will be a great party game if you have 4 people that want to play. Yes, that's right. The square ball is such a nice touch. Doesn't matter if it's square or circle. It still gets the job done. Yeah, it's all you need is your Atari VCS joystick and the 1 button. You can pass, and if it goes out of bounds, watch, it'll switch to the other side. Blue will take over. Yeah, look, blue runs over there. Wow. honestly, it's a great game of soccer and a great video game, just because there's not a whole lot for home computers. There's really only one other soccer game that's for home computers on the TI 99 4A. Yes, hop on today. We should be playing this right now. We need 4 people to play soccer. If this was August 1982, this would be the best way to play soccer on a home computer. Now, the indoor soccer on the TI-99 was a little stiff compared to this one. This one makes me feel like I'm playing kind of like hockey by Activision on the Atari VCS. It's simplistic because you only need the one joystick, one button, but it plays really well. And you can pass in all 8 directions, or you're basically just kicking. You just have one button to kick. If it lands in one of your... see, I missed my own teammate that time. If it lands in your teammate's foot, then it's a pass. But otherwise, it's just all kicking. Just kick that ball around. And you can steal if you go up against someone else. Let's see how easy... Yeah, you have to push the button to steal. Too cool. So if you run across the ball, you can steal it someone else's. Very nice. Oh, I still agree. As far as consoles go, Intellivision Soccer is up there. Definitely Bartoman is good on there. Yeah, because the other ones we have is Magnavox Odyssey, not so much. If you really enjoy Pele Soccer, Intellivision would be better. And the interest in VC 4000 Soccer, no. So Intellivision would be the best console soccer you could be playing right now. And this one would be the best home computer version of soccer you could play. Wow, and it's not really known that much, unless there's another soccer that's going to come out before we finish 1982. Yeah, when we played hockey by Gamma Software, I said of all the games you could play in 1981, 4.5 stars. It was pretty cool. Yeah, 4-player. Yeah, think about it. You have a party, you want to play? Let's play some Warlords. Let's play some soccer. You'd have a blast. All right, there we go. So of all the games you could play up to this point, this would be the best version of soccer on a home computer. Now, I can't, obviously I'm only one person here, I can't have 4 people, but it does play 4 at the same time. That would be so exciting. So, of all the games you could play so far, I'm going to rate it up there. Now, we have seen other video games since Gamma Software's Hockey, but I'm still going to say an excellent title. It is one of the best, but because there's other games to play on home computers, I really can't say. You know what, though? I'm going to have to go for the same. Just like the hockey one, even though it was 1981 when I said 4.5, I'm going to have to go the same with this one. You just can't beat the control, the playability, and the 4 players, and it just works really well. Way to go, whoever did this game, because we don't know who the developer was, at least on this, the 3 different Atari sites that I look up. All right, after a phenomenal game of soccer, let's see what's next. We're going to the United Kingdom and playing on the Commodore VIC-20. Here is Space Attack. Space Attack, let's look at the front of the box. This is by Romic Software. I got to tell you, whether we play a video game that is just terrible or a video game that's exceptional, it's still a pretty cool time. Being able to go game by game and getting a cool perspective of what it's like to play games of that era. Space Attack is a game of skill. You, as the pilot of an intergalactic battleship, have to fight your way through wave after wave of various alien spaceships. So the unexpected VIC-20, will you be the Supreme World Champion? I don't know. That's a pretty big, lofty title. Supreme World Champion? We'll do our best, I guess. There's the cassette tape to play some of Space Attack. Very generic name, but not to be confused with other Space Attacks. This is not the Sega arcade game Space Attack. This is not the Galaxian variant on the Arcadia 2001. And this is not on the Atari VCS that was based on Space Battle on the Intellivision. This is a totally different Space Attack. We're going to be seeing lots of same name games out there. So this one has just 2 different options. Let's pop in and play some Space Attack by Clifford Ramshaw, published by Romic at sometime in August 1982. This is the 8th game by Clifford Ramshaw that we've seen so far on the channel. All right, let's do skill level 1, and we are in. Oh yeah, this is playing like some of the usual rush jobs on the Commodore VIC-20. But it is pseudo-scrolling, if you want to consider Starfield scrolling. So it's a scrolling shooter. I have a single shot, like old school shooters. Oh man, yeah, this is VIC-20 action in 1982. More specifically, VIC-20 action in the United Kingdom in 1982. Because the UK is the one that's been pumping out more of the compilations of jank or shovelware. Yes, it has to be in basic, Mikey. At least I hope it is, if it runs like this. I also noticed there's some hit detection. My shots will go through some of the ships, and I'm pretty sure I saw the bullets go directly at it. This game also possibly came out in October of 1982, so if you're a stickler for dates, and we are here, but we're going to do the earlier date that I found. It may have been August as well. We already saw 2 different enemy types. What are those? Are those missiles I'm supposed to pick up? By the way, to this date, we haven't seen a shooter that involves power-ups. Just so you know, there has been no shooter that has added any power-ups for all the shooters we've seen so far. The only one we can consider is Galaga. You know, whenever you destroy or have your ship captured by one of the motherships and then get it back, that's the only video game, if you want to call that a power-up. But I'm looking at these symbols that come across and I'm like, oh, is that a power-up? Can I pick it up? No, it does nothing. I don't even think I got points for it. All right, we got second enemy type. Haven't been able to get past it. Having only one shot at a time makes me feel a little underpowered considering the other titles we've seen recently. But it's classic. It's the usual one shot at a time. All right, let's see what's next. Oh, here we go. Yes. Wow, and the patterns are going crazy. If you look at the bottom, look how many lives we have. Yeah, it's intense. It's fast. You can tell that the speed of the scroll is having a while to get through. Oh, here we go. The next one. It feels like it's chugging a little bit on the VIC-20. But unexpanded VIC-20 is not bad. You didn't have to pay any more for the RAM. Let's go. And then it loops. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, and now it's increasing the speed, but we're back to the first enemy ship type we had before. That's true. Yes, clone is a rough way to say it. Maybe it is not basic, it's too fast. Or he's doing something to make it faster than that. So of all the games we've seen so far, Space Attack is a true space shooter. But of all the games we've seen so far, it's really not as impressive as other ones. I'd say around the average, possibly subpar. It is cool action, though. I like how swiftly it moves, but you saw how the enemy types, we just have 4 types, and then it moves on to the next one. I see mainly throwing out 2.5 stars of all the computer games you could play up to this point. Yeah, it is kind of meh, but you would have a good time if you had this on the Commodore VIC-20 right now. So I'll say 2.5 stars of all the games that you could be playing on a home computer. Not just shooters, but everything. We'll do 2.5. We've already seen so much. There's so many games out there. Let's see what our next game is. Time to play some Space Intruders on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. So we're still in the United Kingdom. Let's take a look at Space Intruders, which I believe we've seen that title before on the Commodore PET, maybe? Or maybe it was an arcade game that was a ripoff. Oh man, nice artwork though. The box looks awesome. This is by Quicksilva. You know, you only need on the 16K Sinclair Spectrum. That is really, really nice for Space Invaders artwork. Flip it over on the back. Oh yeah, it's not really a box. It's more of the cassette case. Features mutants, 4 different aliens. Random saucer gives mystery points. Bonus base, aliens explode. Left, right. Sounds like they're doing hashes to get people to buy the game. Really nice. Yeah, that's true, Mike. I'm with you. There's better in 82, especially if you've been tuning in. Let's see the other artwork we have for Space Intruder. By the way, where is it? It says just Quicksilva, but I don't see the title on the front. Oh, Space Intruders is on the back. That's where you find it. There's our cassette tape. There's the example of the artwork. We also have the quote-unquote manual, or the inside sleeve of Space Intruders. Excerpt from the Book of Feluvian Empire. I dropped out of hyperspace near the edge of the galaxy, the sharp light of stars glinting in the metal hull of my Calurian cannon ship. Wow, they went all out. I think this is better lore than what we had for Space Invaders on the Atari VCS. Before me, the massive forts of Valnon, defense and refueling stations hang ominously in the void, reminding me of the message I received. A shiver crawls up my spine. Wow, way to go. Quicksilva, this is pretty good. If you're wanting to play, we know we're just going to be popping in a bare-bones Space Invaders game, but this is intriguing. So flip it open and take a read if you can to play some Space Intruders. This is not to be confused with Space Intruders we saw on the Coco in August 1981, or the one on the TRS-80 or the ZX-81. So this was a completely different Space Intruders game. All right, so we have lots of different versions we could be playing. We're going to pop in the first one and play by John Hollis, published by Quicksilva at sometime in August 1982. Yeah, right. With the text like that, it should be an adventure game. Oh, man. All right, let's see. Today's greatest high scores coming in. Very nice. Oh, it might be. We've seen some of the similar font used on the ZX Spectrum. Or no, the font for Space Encounters. Oh, I see, for the lore on the inside sleeve. Yeah. Yeah, this is Space Invaders at Home. Nice touch. I think this... We've already played shooters on the ZX Spectrum. This might be the first Space Invaders, like actually looks and plays like Space Invaders on this the ZX Spectrum. This is playing the track mode like it's on an arcade. So let's go ahead and get started. How do we start this? Oh, there we go. We push S. Okay, S starts on our keyboard. And then to go, I'm moving the left shift and Z to move left and right. And then spacebar is my fire. Yeah, so there you go. Move left, right, and fire. It's Space Invaders. Look at that on the ZX Spectrum. Pretty cool. Oh, let's get that UFO. Can we get him? Oh, nice. We've known most of the tricks for Space Invaders because we've played... Actually, I didn't count this time how many Space Invaders. It's around 50 Space Invaders games we've played already on the channel. Thanks to the 1979 in the arcade, they were copies and copies of them. Most notably copies by Nintendo and copies by Sega. But now, here we go. We've already seen shooters, though, so it's not like, you know, this is the only shooter you could be playing on the ZX Spectrum right now. Yes, give us more lore, Mikey. I don't think we need any more with this game. So I really want to go back and read it now, because to get into the zone of what game we're playing. You've reached one of today's high scores. Enter your initials. Left, right. Oh, wait, you can use... Whoa, that's so cool. You can use the keys like it's... Nice touch. Left, right, select the correct letter. Okay. And then fire... Oh, I missed it. I put it in too many times. I'll just go by C right now. Hey, thanks, Don't Eat the Squid. Welcome, welcome. All right, we're back at the beginning, so we got to push S again to go to play some Space Intruders. Now, as usual, most games on the home computer, it's very difficult to pin down exactly which one would be first. There's another one that's a Space Invaders riff that we're going to see. This is the first one we've ever seen on the channel, but again, we're playing right now all the games that came out at sometime in August 1982, so you could argue there's another one, and tonight's the night of space games in August 1982, so there's another one coming up. Yeah, this one actually is really, really brisk. Plays good. It is controlled only with the ZX Spectrum keyboard. There's only about one or two that use a cursor joystick for all games on the ZX Spectrum at this point, so let's see if we can finish a whole row without them getting us. Oh yeah, and we got the speed up, very nice. Oh man, they're going so fast. No! No! Oh man. Oh, I gotta pay attention. We're back in the game. Yes! And cool sound effects on the Spectrum too. There you go. So Space Invaders for a home computer is not original. We've seen plenty already on home computers. Up to this point, I'd still say it's pretty good Space Invaders, but of all the games you'd be playing on a home computer, for Spectrum though, this is the only Space Invaders, so it'd be a 5-star for if you're rating Space Invaders games. But for all the games you could be playing on a home computer, I still say about 2.5 stars. Hunter's throwing out 3.5. Curtis going 3 stars. So we play better ones like Avenger on the Commodore VIC-20 that you can play at this point. But you got to admit, it plays smoothly and it plays quick for a Space Invaders or a shooter game. Yeah, that's true. It's not doing anything wrong. So I did rate harshly Avenger on the Commodore VIC-20 when it came out, and the Commodore 64. But so, yeah, for this one, I'll go ahead and do 3 stars, because it's not really doing anything wrong. It works well for Space Invaders. But you know what? I'm going to have to change that because it's using the keyboard, and that's the ZX Spectrum keyboard. So I'll do 2.5 for Space Intruders. Yes. If it was using a joystick, that would be an exception. Maybe go a little bit higher than that. That's all good. All right, so there you go, Space Intruders. Let's see what our next game is.
The first electronic football games like
Hey, a
these were
handheld.
only
We haven't
one
seen those in a
player
while.
and
This one
rough,
is
but
Space
something was
Rescue. Putting in the palm of our
The first
hand,
electronic
a
football
video
games
game.
like
We haven't done that for a while. Here's the box for Space Rescue. Not familiar with this one. This one's by Tronic. There's the example of what the handheld looks like
these were for only
and
one
the
player and
screenshot.
run, but something
Let's
was
put in the
missing.
palm of our hand, Space Rescue. At some time in August of 1982, or I believe it's sometime in the summer of 1982. Oh, sweet. All right, let's go ahead and push Game A, and we're in. I only have 2 buttons left and right. Makes me feel like I'm playing a ripoff of Game & Watch. At this point, we've already seen Nintendo's Game & Watch give us the directional pad, and Donkey Kong that you could be playing in the palm of your hand, which I would consider still one of the best handhelds at this point. And then we also have some of the Coleco handhelds out there, the big ones, like the Pac-Man version, Frogger, and Galaxian. Get it? Nice. So this is actually a tragic story. We're just collecting spacemen that are flying out of this. If we don't collect them, then they die because what is an explosion happening in the background? We got all that lore and story from Space Intruders, and then here on Space Rescue, we have no idea what's happening to these guys. But we have to collect them all before they die. This almost reminds me of People Pong that we played on the Apple II. Just people flailing around, and we have to catch them. Oh, we got one on the surface. Miss, not good. Oh gosh, if he lands on the surface, he gets attacked by aliens. Hey, Mikey, thanks so much. Really enjoy that we can check out these handhelds. They're being preserved even better now through MAME. There's been an influx of the latest version of MAME where they're trying to collect and find all the handhelds, which is another reason why I'm showcasing them on the channel. We can play handhelds, which means the cringeworthy out there, at some point when we get to the 90s, we're going to be playing some Tiger handhelds. I won't last as long with the Tiger handhelds. But you can see this one plays pretty much like a Nintendo Game & Watch. It works well enough and plays well enough. Uh-oh, we missed another one. The demon alien got another miss. We'll go as far as we can before we crash. Man, August or summer of 1982, you'd be playing this on a bus, going to school, right in the back of the car. I refer to these as timed input games because there's really not a game to this. It's just how quickly can you move left and right and keep up with. And it's doing what we saw with the Nintendo Game & Watches. Just continue to, how long can you last? Can you keep it going and get your score higher and higher? Actually, we're doing pretty good. If you didn't have the Tronic one, it was known with other publishers or produced with other publishers. And that's the kind of thing with handhelds. If you get in deep, if you go to like Handheld Museum or Handheld Empire, there are so many handhelds that were released by other companies and other places that when you look at the game, you're like, oh, I played this, but it wasn't called that. It has a different name. And it was also done all over the world. There's different, when it goes to different regions, it has different titles that it would have been called besides Space Rescue. We're doing pretty good, but it's heating up. We're playing Game A. If you do Game B, all this does is speed up even faster. It just has a little more complication. And that's what most of the handhelds do. Game A or Game B, it's doing the same thing. Oh, yeah, that's right. Uh-oh. Is it 3 misses and we're out? Game over. Yep, the alien devil got all our buddies. That's too bad. All right, so of all the games we've seen as far as handhelds go, that one's actually around average, maybe even above average if you really want to play something where you're catching men that come out of the sky. There is better ones out there. Like I said, we played the Donkey Kong one that was, I'd say, 5 stars, one of the best handhelds by Nintendo. But other handhelds are out there. I actually love the vacuum fluorescent display handhelds. This one is the old school LCD, but it's still pretty much average. Yeah, I'm seeing 3s. I'm going to say the same 3 stars of all the games you can be playing in the palm of your hand. Space Rescue is all right. You got to consider all the other handhelds, though. There's a lot out there. We played a bunch. In fact, the ones that in the ad over there, we've already played those too. The head-to-head ones. Let's see what our next game is. We're going back to the United Kingdom, and this is the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. Here is Space Rescue. Rescue? Let's see, Space Rescue, starting with the cassette box. There it is, on the ZX Spectrum. I believe this is the same box by Bread Hill. We've already seen another game by them before. Do we have any other artwork for Space Rescue? Did they purposely misspell it? Because I don't think they spell rescue that way in the United Kingdom. You can't pull the wool over my eyes. There it is, yeah, by Bread Hill. And we have a later one that's by Acosoft in the Netherlands. That'll be in 1984, but it's all the same here. Let's pop it and play Space Rescue by Stephen Godwin, published by Bread Hill Software at sometime in August 1982. Is that the cool way to spell it? Oh, wait, when you load it up, though, it's Space Rescue 2, which I don't think there is a first Space Rescue by Bread Hill. Maybe it was their second attempt. Yes. Maybe it is too, Manly. Love it. All right, I'm ready. Oh yeah, we have instructions, as usual. In this game, you must drop out of the mothership by hitting Z and using N and M. You steer your ship, dodging the rocks to safety on one of the platforms at the bottom of the screen. Hey, it's Lunar Rescue, another variant. We played 10 games so far on the channel that are Lunar Rescue variants. First seen in November 1979 in the arcade. And we return back to the mothership. There's our scores. The last two above are the only given. Extra ship, we hit S or Shift S to reset the game. All right, Stephen Godwin. Way to go, Stephen. Let's do this. Hitting S on my keyboard and go. Oh, that's nice. So this is the most bare bones version of Lunar Rescue we've ever seen. There isn't really much lunar lander mode. I'm not really landing. All I'm doing is pushing a button, moving left and right to drop down out of the sky, get on a platform, and then go up. So it's removing the physics that we've seen from... Oh, do I die? Okay, I don't die if I go to the side. It's removing the physics, and all it's doing is adding the asteroids to dodge. So there is no gravity I have to worry about. It's really, really simple. But you have to think about when you come back up. So watch, when I go up, it's going to be traveling... The ship at the top, the mothership's going to be traveling to the left. I don't think I'll make it. Look, yep. No, I didn't make it back up. So you have to time your way down and up. It is relentless. Those poor kids in the United Kingdom, they got riddled with video games that are just ridiculously hard. Possibly made them better gamers than us in North America. Oh, that's a good point. It does kind of look like simulated vector graphics. All right, let's see if we can get it coming back. I don't think we can. Nope, it's going to go... And you have to... I'm pushing on the keyboard. And just remember, you'll be playing on this ZX Spectrum chiclet keyboard, pushing the key to go to the right side. That's right. It is simulated fun. Great job. We got the high score. Ooh, a music song on the ZX Spectrum. That's very rare. All right, so we can use to move the cursor and then enter the letter. Let's put in... They're doing it like in the arcade, but wouldn't you just want to use the keyboard to put your initials in? And then, what is it? Ends the name. Okay, so we'll go to the end. Nice touch, though. It makes you feel like you're playing an arcade game at home on your ZX Spectrum when you do it that way. Nice touch. There we go. So we played other Lunar Rescue games, plenty of these ones on other home computers, especially. One of the best ones you could check out right now is Meteor Storm on the Atari home computer. That's the most recent, best Lunar Rescue variant so far. Yeah, right, only 10. 10 of this exact style. Go. Okay, we got it. Yes! We rescued him. And I think it'll just bounce. It'll bounce back and forth and give us some time. There we go. It makes you wait for your buddy to get on the ship, though. That's a little weird. You just sit there while he walks all the way across the screen. Yeah, right? Your high score is flashing right there. Nice touch, right? And I'm sure you do that with friends. You take turns, hot seat style. We're already seeing lots of games do that. All right, let's bounce this off the side. Come on. Yes, we did it. Okay, we got one. Let's see if we can weave through here. All right, and there's no way I'm going to make it out, though. The triple... I did it. I did it. I can't believe I fit through that. The excitement of Space Rescue on the ZX Spectrum. No! And you blow up in a bloody fireball, maybe? Yo, no, not smooth. And you have to remember you're playing on the chiclet keyboard, so your mileage is going to vary on how long you'll last. But I'm being harsh just because we play everything across all computers. So if you only had the ZX Spectrum, you would be loving this, especially the little ditty at the end. They make that really fun. That's true. I think the company is one person. Whenever I say it's published by a company, most of the time at this point, it's one person on home computers. Or it's a company that hires a teenager to do all the work and then they take the credit for it. Yes, maybe that is. It's Nigel Stewart's company, Red Hill. Oh, the stories they could tell. No, we died again. The explosion is 3 frames, so you can't tell if it's blood or fire that you die in, but you do die. That's true. Maybe they were learning to play that way. You gotta wait for him to walk all the way across the side. Go. Yes! We did it! And it shows you how many you rescue at the top, too. So your score keeps going higher and higher. Nice touch. So Space Rescue is still... We played better rescue variants, but you gotta admit, it's fun, because that formula's really good. That's why we've seen so many lunar rescue games. At this point, I'd still say this is still around the average range. Now, you could argue that it's using that keyboard on the ZX Spectrum does not use a joystick, things like that. Yeah, I'm seeing 1.5. The way it looks isn't as impressive, but I'd still say it's an all right time. It's in between 2 stars, which is bad, and 1.5. But I can't do 1.5 or 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, I'm with you there, Curtis. It's either 2 or 2.5, somewhere around there. Manly's with 2.5 as well. It actually was having an all right time, so I'll go for 2.5 stars. It works well enough. Has a nice little song that plays for it. So yeah, enjoyable enough, and enjoyable enough, especially on the ZX Spectrum. So 2.5 stars there for Space Rescue. As far as home computers go, though, yeah, there's better ones you could be playing. All right, with that, let's see our next game. Time to go back to the Commodore VIC-20. This is Space Rocks. Space Rocks is part of a compilation called the VIC-20 Games Pack by Melbourne House. So we're back in the United Kingdom still. 5 games were on this, and this is one of the games that was part of this pack. Here is Space Rocks, again by Clifford Ramshaw. Melbourne House did it this time, sometime in August 1982. All right, we're ready to go. Press a key to start. We can rotate left and right. You can see C. Ramshaw did it. No way. Okay, so this is asteroids. Am I stuck in the center, or how do I... Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So it's using joystick, by the way. I'm not having to control that with a keyboard. But the ship, if you want to use thrusters, you push down on the joystick. Oh wow, that is jank. That's really bad asteroids. We saw asteroids in November. Or we saw asteroids back in November of 1979 in the arcade. And we've already seen plenty of variants, about 25 different games that play and act just like asteroids. And this one's bad because when I want to move forward, I have to go down on the joystick. I can rotate left and right. How do I go? So that means if you want to go... Okay, I'll show you this. If you want to go forward, the thruster is going down on the joystick. So that means if you want to go and reverse your direction, you have to turn around and then pull back on the joystick again. Wow. Now, bear in mind, it was part of a compilation with 5 other games, but this again is another... Why are they creating so many compilations that are terrible in the United Kingdom? I think we've only seen 1 or 2 in other regions that are compilations with several games. But the jank ones, man. They got the short end of the stick over there in the United Kingdom. Yes. No, maybe I can't shoot myself. Let's try it. Does it wrap around? No, I don't think it does. Wow. We were used to playing asteroids where you go left and right, okay? And then when you want to go forward with thrusters, you push up on the joystick. But to push back on the joystick to thrust just isn't intuitive. Wow, yeah, this is one of the worst ones. We play bad ones too. There's bad ones that are out there. This one is one of the worst. I'm trying to remember of the even worse ones than that. But Space Rocks, it is part of a compilation, but yikes, that's low. In a long time you get used to it, but it's around the broken range. I'm going to go 1 star for Space Rocks. 2, manly, that's generous. You can play it, yeah. It is bad controls, but you have to admit, you can understand it's asteroids. You're playing asteroids on your Commodore VIC-20. Yeah, and it's definitely tile-based. Yeah, 1 star for sure. Errol's with me there. Yikes. Oh yeah, I gotta be careful how I pronounce it. Space Rocks on the Commodore VIC-20. You know, like space. It rocks, man. Space Rocks. Yeah, Curtis is going 1 star as well. All right, with that, let's see our next game. We're still in the United Kingdom on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. This is Spectral Invaders. With a name like that, it's gotta be good. Let's take a look at the case for Spectral Invaders. Very nice, flashing the colors of the ZX Spectrum, and this is by Bug Byte Software. This one is the other game when you ask yourself the question, what was the first Space Invaders game on the ZX Spectrum? It's between the two we've seen tonight. It's either Spectral Invaders or it's Space Intruders on the ZX Spectrum. Cool front of the box, though. Very nice. And we flip around the back to it. Does it have lore? Oh, yeah, I don't know if it does. That would be the what's going to determine which one's the better game. Does this have as much lore as Space Intruders? I don't think so. Oh, here's the ad you would have seen in magazines at the time. It's new, just £5. The games on the home computer or micros in the United Kingdom were so cheap. The very first, it says, at least on this ad. And then we have some inside sleeves. There's the ads for the rest of games by Bug Byte Software. Haven't seen those yet, but we will. We're coming out soon. So there you go. The program Space Spectral Invaders by Bug Byte Software. Don't copy. Got it. And there's our controls. Space to fire. Yep, caps and shift and right. So it's the same controls that we had before. Following points are gained and then the mothership. But yeah, no story. So Spectral Invaders doesn't have it. There it is. How to load and play the game. Very nice. Spectral Space Intruding Invaders. I love it. That'll catch on. And then we have a homebrew or a manual by the Spectrum Game Database about the game. Yeah, and they give you information about Space Invaders. And they're saying it's the first arcade copy on the Spectrum. And we wouldn't say the first arcade copy. We've seen some others that came out before. But this is early on, definitely. Yeah, by Bug Byte Software, time to pop in and play Spectral Invaders by David H. Lawson at sometime in August 1982. We've already played a space shooter game, or a space game that's like Spectral Invaders, called Alien Command by Yega Software on the ZX Spectrum. But that one wasn't necessarily like Space Invaders. It had aliens at the top, but it didn't function the same way. So if you want to check out Alien Command, you can see it was even more rudimentary than these. All right, so press any key to continue. All right, nice. 1 or 2 players. Let's go. If we do 2 players, it'll just have 2 people at the same time. Okay, nice. Wow. Oh, gosh. I thought that was me shooting the ship. That's my death. All right, let's try it again. So we can move left and right and fire. Here's what's interesting. This is using the cursor joystick. So if you want to play on joystick, you can. If you do have 2 people, though, you have to alternate play. We've already played plenty of Space Invaders or shooters that 2 people can be playing at the same time, at least on the Atari home computer. There's this weird lag, though. Notice whenever I fire the shot, the alien takes a little bit to think about what they've done. Oh, but we got the graphics are top notch. Bug Byte did a very good job with making the Space Invaders look unique. But as far as the gameplay, it feels like it's waiting a sec before the invader dies. That's kind of a minor nitpick. When you die, though, you get red blood all over the screen. It's awesome. Yes, for the color cycling, I love it. Yeah. So bonus points for using the cursor joystick. Look at that. Awesome. That's how we should have ZX Spectrum computers in stores. You need to sell it with this demo, showing that sound and the Spectral Invaders logo coming up. Love it. It could be, but all the versions I've tried do that. They wait a sec before they die, or they pause for a sec. But it's not the game that pauses. It's just like I can continue to shoot. Like after that dies, I can go and move my next shot, and then do the one after that. It is one shot at a time. I gotta wait before firing. Gosh, their firepower comes down so fast. Check that out. Don't think I'll get... Oh, I did get a nice. Let's see if we can get the UFO this time. Yeah, my shot fires a little bit slower than it did in Space Intruders. Yeah, their firepower that comes down is moving so quick. It is really nice seeing all the colors. Notice the shot has multicolor and their shots have multicolor. Oh, no way I'm going to make the UFO now. Wow. I don't think we've heard that sound on the ZX Spectrum when you die. Gosh, yeah, you gotta get out of the way fast. Yeah, like the shield's legit too. It looks like we're playing Space Invaders. Man. Yeah, that's the end. And I didn't see a high score table. Bug Bite didn't have that. Still looks the part though. Yeah, it seems a tad off, but it looks better. So this is kind of reminds me of the video games that look really good in magazines, because at this point you only see the screenshot, and if you saw the two games side by side, you'd say, "Oh wow, Bug Bites is so much better," but you're only seeing the picture in the magazine. They're going to be doing that till the 90s, getting games that just look good from a one picture. Yeah. Good point. It is an underpowered system compared to everything else we've seen on home computers. Even with the joystick, though, I'd still say of all the games you can be playing on home computers, because we're not rating just the Space Invaders, I still say about 2.5 stars. Curtis is going 3. Yeah, the joystick, though, that's true. The joystick is a nice touch, and you get used to it. It is brutal, and it gives you the feels that you're playing Space Invaders from the arcade. And maybe it also depends on what model of the Spectrum you have. Did you go for 16K? Oh, how did I miss that guy? Oh, because their shots cancel mine out, and since their firepower is raining down... I mean, look how fast that bullet goes. Wow. Yeah, I'll go 3 stars as well. Too cool. There you go, Spectral Invaders. Pretty cool. 3 stars of all the games you'd be playing right now on a home computer. I'll take it. But we're not done yet. Let's keep traipsing through August of 1982. Our next game is... still on the Sinclair's ZX Spectrum. This is Spectrum Chess. Not the first chess game we played. We've seen Microgen and Scion's version of chess. Let's take a look at the box. Do we have the 3D box? We do. Ooh, fancy. Spectrum Chess. This one is the re-release box. Paxman, I believe, did the re-release there. But we have the original, or a few other ones. This is also known as Spec Chess by Arctic. And the original one was by Arctic. There's the first box. Another great chess game for the 48K Spectrum. And I think there's only 2 or 3 chess games you'd be playing on the Spectrum, unless you have type-in games. And then I don't know for sure if this was the first one or the re-release, but it's all by Arctic. Spectrum Chess. Yes, Space Chess. This one has, yeah, re-released by Paxman Promotions and then Profisoft in Germany, and then Sinclair User did another version of Spectrum Chess. Here we go. Let's play Spectrum Chess by Chris A. Thornton, Arctic Computing at sometime in August 1982. Oh man, all the chess games. What do we want to do? We want to play. Do we want to be white? Yes. Let's go first. Time limit in seconds. Oh, I don't know, 90? 90 seconds? Okay, we're in. It is chess. It reminds me of the Microgen and Scion version we've already played on the ZX Spectrum. And we played plenty of chess games so far, almost too much to count, because chess is one of the reasons we wanted to have computers in the first place. We want to be able to play chess or have the intelligence to play chess with someone. Okay, so let's go ahead and do C2 to C4. Does that work? Oh, wait, did I... Oh, invalid move. Oh, wait, no, hold on. C2 to C4. There. You have to put a space in for it to count. And then we have to wait for the computer to work because this is a one-player chess affair. We've already seen something like, we've seen cosmic chess. We've seen chess variants. Not insane ones, just a couple, but most of them have just been bare bones chess to get chess to work. All right, so it did this move pretty quick. Then I just can go right now. Let's go ahead and bring our knight out, G1 to F3. The thing, though, is whenever you have to do the commands of the column and row for chess games, it makes it a little slower pace. Whenever you have an icon or a cursor on the screen like we've seen with home consoles, chess goes a lot faster. I know, yeah, and you have to remember that everyone's making different engines of chess. They're all over the world. Oh, yes, and Star Wars chess would be a cool idea. I know we're going to see that one way later. So it's all right. It's chess. I mean, Spectrum Chess works all right. The ability to go quickly, like the computer doing its moves quickly, is a nice touch. We obviously need to play more of it, but we played other chess games, and so I'm going to have to say bare bones for all the games you could be playing. The other one we played was all right too, but there's tons on the home computers that you could be playing that are better than this one. Yeah, I'd love to know the games running against one another. You play one computer against another person's chess would be awesome. So one thing we haven't seen with any chess games, though, is a feature that should have happened a long time ago. And what chess really needs, that none of the chess games we played so far, is a voice. Spectrum Voice Chess also came out, which is essentially the same game we just played, but it talks to you. Let's see if we can actually get the Spectrum to talk to us. So here we go. This is Spectrum Voice Chess, again by Arctic, and again by the same developer. And we have, oh yeah, we have the homebrew manual. It speaks to you from the built-in speaker in the Spectrum. It's possible to amplify the speech by taking the output through the cassette port and connecting it to an amplifier. So use maximum bass. So we're going to turn up the maximum bass and have the chess game talk to us. So there you go. Arctic Computing. And there's another release later by Hansasoft in Germany in 1982. But let's pop in Spectrum Voice Chess by Chris A. Thornton, published by Arctic Computing at sometime in August 1982. Are you ready? Let's hear the Spectrum talk for the very first time. If it does. I don't know if it will or not. All right, let's go ahead and do white again. Oh, we have level of play. Let's do level 2. All right, nothing's talking to us yet. Let's take our knight out again. Let's do B1 to C3. Ready? Whoa, it actually talked to us. So the computer is moving B8 to C3, and then we have to wait for it to move, right? Is that what's taking it so long? Wow, it is doing it. So it did wait a little bit, but it's talking chess. The very first time we've ever seen chess talk to us. And here it is on the ZX Spectrum. Crazy. No, it is synthesis through the audio cassette, I believe. So you have to turn the volume up or connect it to an amplifier to play it. All right, so let's go ahead and do let's do E2 to e4. Oh, wait, nope. To e4. Wow. That is crazy. Now, you have to realize that besides the video game world, there already was talking chess. It's already been around. There's been chess boards that are used in conjunction with computers that we're not playing here on the channel. But as far as like a just video game only, that you're not using a board, wow, talking to you is crazy. Doesn't it sound like we're playing? That doesn't come out until 1983, I believe. War games. That's what it sounds like. Would you like to play a game? All right, let's go ahead and do G2 to G3. And I think he's telling us stuff too. Like he says things like, oh, well. Let me see what the other commands were. Or what he'll say. Play analysis. Does he say other things with it? Like, yeah, he says he'll say things like good move or well done. So it's not just saying out the command of where you're going to move the piece as everything. Yes, I know. This is really impressive. I would love to see this in real life. Like the next time I go to a vintage computer festival, I want to see the Spectrum play this game to see what it's like or what it sounds like. We've played other games that require you to put the cassette tape and play off the cassette tape, so it's playing the audio from the cassette rather than from in the game. So I want to know. Oh, and there we go. So he did his move, and you notice it's taking a little bit longer for them to process. I had to wait for the computer to say that. How cool is that? Now you have a buddy to play with if you don't have anyone that wants to play chess with you. All right, so of all the games we've seen so far, that's pretty cool. Spectrum Voice Chess is a notch above. I'll say 3.5 stars, an above average title for all the games you've been playing. This is pretty novel to play a chess game and it's going to talk to you for the pieces. That's pretty sweet. I love it. Whether chess is your thing or not, right? All right, let's see what our next game is. We're still on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. This is Spectrum Scramble. Coming at you next. Let's take a look at the box for Spectrum Scramble. Oh, okay, it's a homebrew box that they did first. So this is the first version of Spectrum Scramble by Workforce. Another machine code arcade winner. It shows the keys at the front. Man, that's the most boring box we've ever seen on the show. And then it got released later by Profisoft. And here we go. That's the box that Profisoft put out, just calling it Scramble rather than Spectrum Scramble. And a screenshot. We have other versions. Yeah, Workforce did it first. Let's pop it and play Spectrum Scramble. At some time in August 1982, it's been a United Kingdom kind of night. So there's our controls. We got Q, E, 2, S, and diagonals. Wait a second. Look down at your Spectrum keyboard. Take a look at what you're going to be moving around to play. And then we got P and L. I'm going to get my hands ready to do this one. We have 3 lives. Press any key to go. All right, we got Q, E is left and right. Okay, so you're essentially going to be able to use diagonals? No way. Let's see this. What? No way, that's so cool. So here it is, Spectrum Scramble. Not the first Scramble we've seen. We saw Avenger done by Abacus Programs on the ZX Spectrum, but this is the very first, or one of the very first games we've ever played of any Scramble that allows you to move diagonally. What? But it is keyboard, so you're not going to get as easy to move around. This is really hard to do, especially if you consider you'd be playing this on a on the chiclet keyboard. Wow. I'm still only used to just going up and down. That's what I'm familiar with playing. But we have lasers to fire forward, just like in Scramble, and the bombs to drop down, but I don't see a lot to fire forward at. And just like the Avenger game that we played by Abacus Programs, this one feels like we're hurting our Spectrum to scroll horizontally. Like we're causing it to have pain. The 3 lives go pretty fast, though. That's for sure. Yes, it does seem like it is a jumbled mess, a scrambled mess, if you will. Oh man! So for the very first, if this is possibly the very first scramble game that you can move around diagonally, but it's doing it just very, very poorly. You saw the keys, and if you're able to look down at your keyboard, if you got one, it would take a while to get used to have that freedom. But you know what? I still have that draw that Scramble gives you every time, which is, how far is this going to go? What's the next screen gonna show us? Do we have other levels, or is this all we get? So because of the gameplay, the nature of Scramble, it makes me want to keep going to see what happens. Right now, it just feels like I'm just going to repeat over and over and over again. Is it the same thing over and over? And it's giving me the illusion that I'm going to see something? I think it is. Okay, it's changing up a little bit. Okay. What is that? I don't know what those are. Wow, you gotta have your Scramble game on the ZX Spectrum to get through that. Guys. Okay, let's try. Go off the screen. No, I can't go down. You can't go up to the top off the side. When the ceiling disappears, you still have a ceiling cap, so you can't go up here. Yeah, you can't go up any higher than that. Yeah, that's true. All they did is redefine the character set on the ZX Spectrum. And it scrolls pretty much the same as what we saw with Spectrum Scramble. Or, sorry, the Avenger game on the Spectrum. So, yikes. It is novel, because if you had the Spectrum, you got to remember that the mail order ZX Spectrum, some people didn't get it until 6 months after they ordered it, when it came out in April. So there's people that haven't even played anything, and this would have still been pretty cool to check out. So if you had a ZX Spectrum, you'd appreciate it. But because we play everything on all the other home computers, it's bad. There's other games you could be playing, other Scramble variants you could be playing. Specifically ones on the Apple II and the Atari. Yeah, so I'm seeing 2.5 or 3. I'm gonna have to go lower than that. I'm gonna have to say 2 stars, because there's better ones you could be playing. Yikes. Only because it's going against all the other home computers. Yeah, but for the ZX Spectrum, though, you be enjoying that one, having a good time with it. All right, it's time to put the video game playing on pause. We got through all the space games in August 1982. Next episode, we'll be checking out the Williams arcade game that time forgot, and another adventure game, text adventure game. We love those. That's it for today, and like I always say, just because the video games start talking to you doesn't mean you have a new best friend. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will catch you next time.